Our planet pulsates with life. From lush rainforests to icy polar regions, Earth is home to an astonishing array of creatures. Each species plays a vital role in the delicate balance of our natural world. Yet, this precious web of life is under threat, disrupted by humanity. Our actions are leaving an unmistakable mark on the natural world. We are witnessing the disappearance of wilderness at an alarming rate. The rate of species extinction is now up to 1,000 times higher than the natural background rate. Human activities are driving this crisis, often at the expense of the natural world. Imagine a world without the roar of a lion or the sight of a tiger. This is the reality as countless species teeter on the brink of extinction. Habitat loss and climate change push them further towards the edge. Even insects, the unsung heroes of pollination, are disappearing at alarming rates. Among the most vulnerable are the giants, elephants, rhinos, and whales. Hunted for their ivory, horns, and blubber, their populations have been decimated. The illegal wildlife trade is a cruel and relentless industry, but there is hope. In Africa, Maasai warriors stand guard, protecting their land and wildlife. Indigenous tribes in the Amazon protect their ancestral lands from deforestation. These guardians are beacons of hope, demonstrating the power of community. They remind us that we are not alone in this fight to protect our planet. The Amazon rainforest is a treasure chest of biodiversity, but this emerald Eden is under siege, with trees felled at alarming speed. As the forest disappears, so do countless species that depend on it. The rainforest plays a crucial role in regulating global climate patterns. The drivers of deforestation in the Amazon are complex. Vast tracts of forest are cleared for cattle ranching and soybean cultivation. The timber industry and mining operations further exacerbate the problem. Indigenous communities are on the front lines of this crisis. Despite the challenges, there is hope. Individuals and organizations are working tirelessly to protect the Amazon. Reforestation efforts offer a beacon of hope, demonstrating restoration is possible. Technology plays an increasingly important role in the fight to save the Amazon. A brutal trade driven by greed is pushing species towards extinction. Poachers target animals for their valuable body parts, fetching high prices. Organized criminal networks exploit local communities and corrupt officials. The consequences of this illegal trade are devastating. Rangers are the unsung heroes of conservation, facing armed poachers. They work in remote and dangerous conditions, driven by a passion for wildlife. Despite challenges, they persevere, protecting the planet's most vulnerable creatures. Their dedication is a testament to the power of the human spirit. Bringing wildlife criminals to justice is complex and challenging. International organizations and NGOs are working to strengthen law enforcement. New technologies like DNA analysis and satellite imagery aid in this fight. Education and awareness are powerful weapons against wildlife crime. Section 1. A planet in distress. Our planet is a living organism, interconnected and finely balanced, but that balance is being disrupted, and the consequences are being felt across the globe. Climate change driven by human activities is no longer a distant threat. It is a present reality, and its impact on wildlife is profound and alarming. The Earth's temperature is rising at an unprecedented rate, primarily due to the burning of fossil fuels, which releases greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat, causing the planet to warm, much like a greenhouse. The consequences of this warming are far-reaching, affecting weather patterns, sea levels, and the delicate balance of ecosystems worldwide. For wildlife, climate change is a game changer, forcing them to adapt to conditions they have never experienced before. Species are shifting their ranges, moving to higher altitudes or cooler waters in search of suitable habitats. But for some, there is nowhere left to go. Their homes are vanishing, their food sources are dwindling, and their very survival is at stake. The evidence is everywhere. Coral reefs, once vibrant underwater cities teeming with life, are bleaching and dying as ocean temperatures rise. Glaciers, the lifeblood of mountain ecosystems, are melting at an alarming rate, depriving wildlife of vital water sources. Forests, once havens of biodiversity, are becoming more susceptible to wildfires, droughts, and disease outbreaks. Section 2, the Arctic's silent cry. Nowhere is the impact of climate change more evident than in the Arctic, a region warming at twice the rate of the rest of the planet. The icy landscapes that have defined this region for millennia are melting away, transforming the Arctic into a symbol of a planet in distress. Polar bears, iconic symbols of the Arctic, are facing an uncertain future. They rely on sea ice as a platform to hunt seals, their primary food source. As the ice melts earlier in the spring and forms later in the fall, polar bears are spending less time hunting and more time fasting, their bodies growing thinner, their cubs facing an increasingly precarious start in life. Walruses, too, are feeling the heat. They rely on sea ice for resting, birthing, and molting. As the ice retreats further from the shore, walruses are forced to haul out on land in massive aggregations, often with tragic consequences. Stampedes can occur, crushing young calves. With limited access to food and overcrowding on shrinking beaches, their populations are struggling to cope. The Arctic's shrinking ice cap is also having a profound impact on indigenous communities who have lived in harmony with this harsh environment for generations. Their traditional way of life, based on hunting, fishing, and gathering, is being disrupted as the ice becomes too dangerous to travel on and the animals they rely on for subsistence disappear. Section 3, Navigating a Changing World. Across the globe, species are being forced to adapt to a rapidly changing world. Migratory birds, their internal clocks finely tuned to the seasons, are arriving on their breeding grounds to find that their food sources have already peaked, or that their nesting sites are no longer suitable. Sea turtles, their ancient nesting beaches disappearing beneath rising sea levels, are struggling to find safe havens for their eggs. The timing of natural events such as flowering, fruiting, and migration is shifting, disrupting the delicate balance of ecosystems. Species that have evolved together over millennia, their life cycles intertwined, are now finding themselves out of sync, their survival threatened by these disruptions. Climate change is also exacerbating other threats to wildlife, such as habitat loss, poaching, and invasive species. As temperatures rise, disease outbreaks become more common, spreading more easily among stressed and vulnerable populations. Extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires are becoming more frequent and intense, pushing already threatened species closer to the brink. The challenges are immense, but there's still hope. By reducing our reliance on fossil fuels, investing in renewable energy sources, and adopting more sustainable practices, we can mitigate the impacts of climate change and create a more hospitable planet for all living things. In the face of these daunting challenges, a global alliance is rising to protect our planet's precious wildlife. Across continents and cultures, a shared determination to safeguard our natural heritage is taking root. fueled by the understanding that the fate of humanity is inextricably linked to the fate of all living things. At the forefront of this movement are countless dedicated individuals and organizations working tirelessly on the front lines of conservation. From scientists conducting groundbreaking research to park rangers risking their lives to protect endangered species, these individuals are the unsung heroes of our time. Their passion and commitment a testament to the power of human compassion. Non-governmental organizations or NGOs play a pivotal role in this global effort. Organizations like the World Wildlife Fund, Conservation International, and the Wildlife Conservation Society are working to protect endangered species, conserve critical habitats, and promote sustainable practices around the world. Their efforts are making a real difference, from reducing poaching rates to restoring degraded ecosystems. International cooperation is essential to address the global nature of these challenges. Agreements like the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora regulate the international trade in wildlife, helping to ensure that it does not threaten the survival of species. The Convention on Biological Diversity provides a framework for countries to work together to conserve biodiversity, use its components sustainably, and share the benefits arising from the use of genetic resources. In the digital age, technology is a powerful ally in protecting wildlife. Drones and AI are transforming conservation, providing new tools to address complex challenges. Drones monitor wildlife, track poachers, and plant trees. Equipped with cameras, drones provide valuable data. AI analyzes data to identify patterns and predict poaching hotspots. This helps develop targeted conservation strategies. Technology's effectiveness depends on the people who use it. The human element remains paramount in conservation. Shifting our footprint, embracing sustainability. The challenges facing our planet's wildlife are immense, but not insurmountable. Human actions can drive change. Embrace sustainability, shift from exploitation to stewardship. A sustainable future requires changing how we produce and consume, transition to renewable energy to reduce fossil fuel dependence. A choice for change. The power is in our hands. Protecting our planet is a collective responsibility. Our everyday choices matter. Choose eco-friendly products, eat plant-based meals, and support sustainable companies. Simple changes can make a big difference. The power is in our hands. Our shared legacy. We stand at a crossroads. The choices we make today will determine the fate of wildlife and the health of our planet. We can either watch the natural world crumble or rise to the challenge and forge a path of sustainability and respect. The Earth is a precious gift we must protect. We are interconnected in a delicate web of life. The air, water, and food we rely on are gifts from a healthy planet. The loss of even a single species diminishes us all. We have a moral obligation to act. The challenges are real, but so too are the solutions. We have the knowledge and resources to chart a different course. What we need now is the will to act. A future filled with hope. The future is not yet written. It is a story we write together through our choices and actions. Challenges may seem daunting, but there is still time to make a difference. Across the globe, there are glimmers of hope and stories of resilience. Communities work tirelessly to restore habitats. Scientists develop innovative solutions. Young people demand action on climate change. Endangered species are rebounding thanks to dedicated conservation efforts. The bald eagle's recovery is a testament to collective action. Now soaring in healthy numbers, we see the interconnectedness of all living things. Our health is linked to the planet's health. More people embrace sustainable practices and demand businesses and governments do the same. The path forward is clear. Choose hope, action, and collaboration. Embrace our role as stewards of the planet. Create a future where wildlife thrives and ecosystems flourish. Humanity lives in harmony with nature. The time to act is now. Let us write a story of hope for generations to come.